Looking up the Sound of Mull, Loch Aline is just a few miles along on the mainland shore. Ardtornish Castle stands at the seaward end of a promontory, a mile southeast of Loch Aline. The castle was one of the principal seats of the High Chiefs of Clandonald from the early 14th to late 15th century. They were reputed to keep a large fleet of galleys in the loch. There is a ferry terminal at the entrance to the loch, and we followed one in. The pilot says there are leading marks, a white cone in line with a white stripe on the walkway to the jetty. We couldn't see them, and when ashore we found the cone covered in orange tarpaulin and the white stripe a mass of rust. The entrance is kept clear by prop wash from the ferry, but beyond the ferry berth it got very shallow, even in the marked channel. More tide and less water than reported in the pilot. It was almost at the bottom of the tide, and we pushed through the mud with the sounder reading 1.9 metres on a day with a lease depth of 0.6 metres above chart datum. The pilot advised against mooring off this lovely beach as the silica factory will cause too much noise, but the factory has been closed for some years. The recommended anchorage is at the head of the loch, but from here it was an easy trip to Loch Aline village shop and the garage where we topped up with fuel. In the afternoon we took the dinghy across the loch and walked round to the castle.
Now we're going to do is get down.
The woods look more like parkland than wild woods, and apart from this extensive farmhouse or barn, there are the remains of something in the grounds. The whole area is part of the Ardtornish estate, run from the big house at the head of the loch. We were not quite ready to head back to civilization yet, so we motored up the sound and round the corner into Loch Drumbui. We failed to get a grip on the rocky bottom near the entrance, so we went further into the shallow water at the head of the loch. Matthew went off to try his hand with a rod and to see if he could get a mobile signal near the entrance. The next day we motored off to do the short hop across the sound into Tobermory.